Okay, good evening. We are RubberDuck Studios, and Nick. I'll introduce each one of us here today. Nick is our business analyst. Victor is our UX designer. Jieting is our project manager. Geoffrey is our system architect, and I'm your chief engineer for today.
So our project Snap Quiz is basically a crowdsourced online platform for students to get help. Students meaning secondary school students as well as JC students and even primary school students who are studying in Singapore. So the inspiration came from Stack Overflow. So it is a programming site which we frequently use as IS students when we encounter problems with programming. We actually go to this site to actually look for help from other programmers online, and they actually offer quite good help and advice, and even provide code snippets which we can use. So we thought, why can this similar model be actually applied in Singapore's academic context? Meaning, can we have an app where students can easily get help, whether it's for their math revision homework or for their science, physics, chemistry, etc. So we actually set up to build this app. So we also made this app mobile responsive as well as on the desktop as a web application. This is because we think that when students are studying, they usually have a mobile phone with them in this age. So if they encounter any difficult problem with a mobile phone, they can actually snap a photo of it and even type some responses. And also because in Singapore, most of our students actually encounter problem with math, so we have actually allowed students to even upload math formula, include math formulas in the questions as well. So, and then after they post it up, we actually get tutors to partner with us, and even student helpers who are willing to help all of these students to need help. At the end of the day, we just hope that this project actually benefits the students in Singapore as a whole, because there are a handful of students who most of us are quite privileged, like we have our own tuition teachers and our friends, but there are some students who don't have tuition teachers, and their friends or their parents may not be available, or they do not have the necessary knowledge to help them. And we also think that tuition in Singapore is very widespread now, but if we can use IT to actually solve this problem where allow students to get help whenever and wherever with the aid of their mobile phone, then this will actually make education a lot more scalable in Singapore.
Yeah, so for the whole project, we actually faces some challenges in terms of business and technical aspects. So for business aspect, originally we wanted to partner with associations and community groups and self-help groups like SCDA, Sinda Mendaki, etc. But when we approached them, they told us that they couldn't really partner with us because they are restricted to use MOE specific learning portal, and they are unable to use our portal. As such, we face a problem of we might not be able to get our user base to begin with. So what we did was to start off our plan to collaborate with tuition agency at a much earlier stage than planned. And lucky for us, we managed to collaborate with 3 tuition agencies and have their tutors and students join us.
Okay, so I'll cover a bit about technical complexity. So the challenges we face technically, maybe there are 3 of them. First one is, how do you make such an app scalable across across all the potential users that is going to use this app? So for us, we're doing it on a cloud platform, so it's very important to find a way to keep it cheap and affordable for us to maintain it, as well as fast and usable for students. The second one is on Android, because when we have a mobile app on Android, and the learning curve was really high, and one of the key takeaways was that it's very important that if you want to do an Android app, you have to test it with as many devices as you can, because one of the bugs, or the very major bugs that we faced, was got to do with the camera function of the Android phone. So when we tested it ourselves between Nick and Sean, both of them used the Samsung Galaxy S3. But apparently Nick's Samsung Galaxy S3 is a special edition. It's the LTE edition, so there's a slight hardware change inside. But when we tried to implement our photo functionality, it only worked on Nick's phone, but not on Sean's phone. So it was a really quite a rush to actually figure out what in the world was happening and how do we actually what we can do to overcome it. Yeah. Then the third technical challenge was the serving of the posts that we have on our feed. So we did something called infinite scrolling. So that was something that challenged us for quite a bit as well.
Okay, so last but not least, we'd like to thank everyone who have helped us. More prominently, we'd like to thank Prof. Chris Bosch, which is our supervisor, as well as Mr. Robert Chiu from Stream Global to mentor us throughout this project. And we have actually encountered some real users along the way, and they give us valuable feedback, especially during the user test as well as our walkabouts in the libraries. So without them, we don't think we can possibly create such a user-oriented application. So we thank everyone for your help.
Once again, we are RubberDuck Studios, the team that brought you Tech Quiz.